if you must know. So and I were talking about my old boss and what a delight she was. And I recalled something that happened that was perfect to share here. Also not sure if needed, but content warning, bodily functions, some backstory. My boss, we'll call Mrs. Scott, kept the room we worked in about 510 degrees too warm to save money on cooling costs. Now I'll admit that I run hot and it was more irritating to me. But other coworkers had complained, so there was that. Also, I was on my feet walking around for most of the day. These factors, along with my thick thighs, led to a few painful skin problems. Namely 2 boils on said thighs that got really swollen over a weekend. Sunday night I go into an urgent care for some relief from the terrible pain and they end up lancing the boils. Felt so much better after, but I knew I would need at least a day or 2 to take care of the new wounds before going into work. So I texted Mrs. Scott. I even attached a picture of the work note the doctor gave me for good measure. That backfired splendidly though, because the timestamp was 4 hours off and I should have told her sooner. Anyway, it was the usual lecture. We don't have enough people for you to just call out whenever. Blah blah blah. I totally understand. I know I'm needed, but doctor's orders. After that back and forth we come to an agreement that I'd be back in 2 days. Okay, good. Texting with her was done. I could relax and focus on getting better. But no. One more text from her. I know you don't have to tell me, but why were you in the quote. So got so pissed at that text and reminded me she has no right to that information. But I knew something about her. She is so squeamish at everything there is to possibly be squeamish about. And I had a plan. Smile with horns. I happily let her know in graphic and colorful detail why I went to the and made a small dig about how the temperature of my daily environment might have some effect on this reoccurring. I wish I never asked. Damn right. Oh, and the thermostat got turned down a few degrees when I got back in. Rolling on the floor laughing. TL. Doctor. Boss asked about protected medical info. And got more information than she ever wanted. She learned the lesson. Don't ask if you aren't 100% sure you want the answer. I would have done the same. With a photo. It amazes me that even though bosses aren't entitled to know why we are calling in sick, they still ask. I work in the health profession. Since the onset of COVID, whenever you call in sick, they will ask if it is respiratory. Obviously, this is so they can advise the caller to get a PCR. However, many still ask what is wrong. Any of the subordinates will probably never be asked because of what you did. Good job. And thank you. As a teacher, you learn very quickly not to ask for details sometimes. They will tell you all of them. For better or for worse. All of them. She. I know you don't have to tell me. Me. Are you doing research for your novel? Then leave that part out and it can be a mystery. Or, kiss my ass and call it love story. Sounds like you picked the way to answer the best for your situation. Anything else? I would have left the text unanswered. I know you don't have to tell me. Damn right. Shoulda sent her pictures. Just in case she thought you were lying. Had a female manager 30 years ago who by every measurement was just awful. One story about her, however, really made me laugh, and I keep up my sleeve in case the opportunity arises. A male colleague decided to be blunt. There were whispers. Is she? Isn't she? And asked outright if she was pregnant. Her response. Did you wake up with a stiffy this morning? Male goes bright red and starts acting like a guppy. She continues. Did you find that too personal and highly invasive? So was your question. End of conversation. Lol. Mrs. Scott learned. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. Even the Ferengi have a rule of acquisition for that. Rolling on the floor laughing. Well done. I'd have just sent them photos. Close-up photos. But well done. Op. Hope your situation is better now. Always take before pics. Love that you indicated S, instead of S winking face. Side question that was bugging me. What's the setup that how keeping the room 510 degrees warmer saves on cooling costs?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.